The long-awaited arrival has returned. We are back. We are back. We are better than ever. We took a little hiatus trying to fix stuff up, but we're here again. I'm gonna try to get a lot more guests on here. But it was just be us two today. I don't know. Got my roommate in there. He might see if he'll drop it or not. But anyways, welcome back to basically the podcast. MD After Dark. I'm Michael Hearn, as long as Andre Tainter, and yeah, we're back in a new dorm building. We were in Wellesley's last year, but now we are in Meingen. A lot better dorm room this time. But Dre, how have you been?
Been doing well. I made some videos a couple months ago, but obviously that didn't continue for a super long time. But it was a little bit of fun in between the hiatus. I am also in a new
Yeah,
room. I am in a different bedroom. So yeah, we have other materials on the way, so my setup will be better, even though it's much better than it was before. So yeah, I'm very excited to get this rolling again.
and plus Mike.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, I definitely got a whole new upgrades with that
I
setup.
ordered a I
But
ordered a face cam for uh, the computer, but I'm 99% sure once I have Facecam, I can just record this off of my computer and then I'll have a microphone and it'll be awesome. So I won't have to do it on my phone and I'll have an actual mic and I'll have a Facecam so then we can be professional. But
yeah,
that'll be
yeah,
that'll be later.
definitely, yeah, definitely for sure. And plus, we've definitely we also got some new content. So of course, we got the YouTube channel that this will be posted on. Also got our TikTok, and we made a Twitch. We made a Twitch, so we'll probably do some reactions or stuff like that on there, or we want to build a community around here. We could definitely do that too. I don't know, maybe make a Discord. I don't know, so you can send some stupid stuff, or I don't know. But anyways, yeah, we want to try to, try to interact with you guys a lot more. Try to make a community basically off that stuff. So, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to restarting this. I don't know how much we will post, but we'll definitely let you guys know. But we're happy to be back in October. But anyways, without further ado, enough of yapping about where we've been. Let's get to the sports. Let's get to the sports ball. So, yes. So first of all, Dre, MLB, ALCS. So
I got
yeah,
this.
so
I got this. I'll start off. So, yesterday in Game 6 of the NLCS, the Blue Jays defeated the Seattle Mariners 6-2. The win went to Trey Yusavage. I don't know what it
yes, yes,
is.
Savage. He's been a dog this
I
postseason.
know he's a rookie. And he got the win. He is 2-1 in the playoffs. And Logan Gilbert suffered the L, went 1-1. The player of the game went to Addison Barger, who was 2 for 3 with a walk, a home run, and 3 RBIs. And then Vladimir Guerrero also went 2 for 4 with a home run. And Seattle's best performing player, Josh Naylor, 2 for 4 with a home run. But
Yeah, and
then,
then definitely, of course.
yeah, I was just gonna say, for Game 7 that just ended, which is we are why we are filming at the moment. Whew. The Blue Jays defeated the Mariners tonight, if I can find the box score. Nope, that's not right. Wow, maybe I didn't prepare good enough for this. 4-3. The Blue Jays were led by um come on now. Blue Jays were led by George Springer, who had a 3-run go-ahead home run in the 7th inning, and that put them over the top. Addison Barger also had a RBI, or excuse me, he scored the run, and then Dalton Varsho knocked him in. Varsho, nope, it was Barger and Kiner Falefa who scored on the home run from Springer, so good for them. And then sadly, I like the Blue Jays, but I wanted the Mariners to go to the World Series. The Blue Jays, uh, I like them, but I think it's going to be a good World Series. But sadly for the Mariners, their leading hitters were Josh Naylor, who had a hit and an RBI, and Cal Raleigh had a solo home run, and Julio Rodriguez also had 2 hits with a home run, and Victor Robles only had one at bat, but had 2 walks. And then Edward Bizzardo gave up the 3-run home run in the seventh inning, but Brian Wu gave up 2 of those runs. And then for the Blue Jays, Shane Bieber went 3 2/3 with 2 earned runs. Louis Varland gave up a home run to Cal Raleigh, but then the rest of the bullpen didn't even give up a hit in 4 innings. Sir Anthony Dominguez, Kevin Gausman, Chris Bassett, and Jeff Hoffman each went 1 innings. Jeff Hoffman striking off the side in the top of the ninth to send the Blue Jays to the World Series. So, Michael, how do you, one, what is your opinion on this series? And two, what is your opinion on the World Series?
Yeah, so the ALCS, I just thought that, first of all, I mean, the Mariners getting those first 2 games in Toronto was honestly quite impressive. I thought the Mariners have an edge in this series, but, the Blue Jays came back with those 2 wins in Seattle, games 3 and 4, especially that light show in game 3. But then Seattle answered back in game 5, so I thought, this was the Mariners series to lose. But, give credit to the Blue Jays. I mean, of course, I think in game 7, okay, we might have a debate on this. George Springer's home run, was that bigger than the one that Jose Bautista hit in 2015?
No. The only reason I say that
Really?
is it is much more iconic than, I mean, okay, possibly it could be in the future. If the Blue Jays go on to win the World Series, it could be. But as of right now, they have to prove that they are going to go and win against probably the best team in baseball in quite a long time. I mean, the Dodgers are going to be
Yeah,
good.
yeah, I could definitely see that because Jose Bautista. I mean, everybody knows that call. I mean, the ball's hit the deep left field, and here, deep left field, or something like that. Everybody knows Kenny Albert's voice on that one. And
Oh yeah,
everybody knows the bat flip, boom. Everybody knows that bat flip. But I don't know. Like you said, maybe give it a couple years, but. I mean, wasn't really impressed at the call. I was just impressed with the homer, and plus, yeah, that was a sinker right down the middle, in my opinion. But George
yeah.
Springer put a big. If there was one guy to do it, it's gonna be George Springer. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
all
I
that
mean,
playoff experience in Houston.
he was postseason MVP. I'm pretty sure the year they won to the World Series, if not World Series MVP. Here.
Yeah, I think he did win World Series MVP.
Um, George Springer, World Series MVP. I was correct. So yeah, or sorry, he was just World Series MVP. I don't know if there is no postseason MVP, at least from what I can see.
Uh,
Yeah, then Verlander won the ALCS MVP. So yeah, um, I don't know. I think the World Series will be very fun. A team that hasn't won in a long time, that still has been in the middle of the division, hardest division in the MLB by far, against the second best team or second best division, the NL West, where the Dodgers come out of. And honestly, I kind of expected this. I thought the Blue Jays were the best team coming into the playoffs, and then they almost ended up losing to the Mariners, which is why I was rooting for them. And then the Dodgers are like, okay, let's just go sweep the poverty Brewers in 4 because we feel bad for everybody else.
uh,
Had to say it.
you know, I'm not even that mad because we just got utterly dominated. If we could just get a bat in the offseason, which in the front office we probably won't do, but it is what it is sometimes. Like at game 4, I went to the Whitewater football game rather than watching whatever that travesty was. That,
Hang on now. Hang on now. Let me cook. Do you hear about the Brewers? They're thinking about trading away Freddie Peralta because they don't want to pay him.
yeah, classic Brewers. But I think, but I have confidence in. We have so much starting pitching depth that I think we'll be all right. But then it gets to postseason time, and then that playoff experience. That's probably what we will be missing the most. But I think we'll be all right if we trade Freddie. But I mean, come postseason time, plus we're losing like our ace, so now someone's got to step up as the ace, and that's what I'm worried about. And plus, Brandon Woodruff's got a club option, or he's got a mutual option, so we'll see what happens. This is going to be a big off season for the Brewers front office, but Matt Arnold, I'm trusting Matt Arnold. I don't know about Mark Ananasio. I mean, Ananasio, he never spends on anything, so I just don't have that much faith in him. But we'll see what happens. We are, and plus we always develop well. It just depends on now. Can we get somebody? That's the thing. But anyways, and then the World Series, I think, like you said, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a great World Series. You got so much star power there. You got so many postseason heroes like Vladimir Guerrero Jr., George Springer have been awesome for the Blue Jays. Trey Savage, man. Trey Savage has been. I absolutely loved it. Trey Savage is going to be a name that everybody is going to know for the next upcoming years. Just the name. Yes, Savage. Yes, Savage. But and then of course you got Kevin Gausman, the ace. But of course, and then you got Dodgers got Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman. Of course, pitchers you got Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Blake Snell. It's a stud fire star power World Series. I'm looking forward to it, even though me as a Brewers fan, I wish we could be in it, but we just didn't have the offense, and that's just how it goes sometimes.
And don't forget Enrique Hernandez, who has been here multiple times
And
before.
Kike, yeah, Kike always shows up in the postseason, man. He
He
always finds a
has.
way.
He was batting like
Yes.
220 in the regular season. Now he's batting like 300 in the playoffs.
Yeah, Kike always shows up. Especially, yeah, me as a Burr fan, I know. Man, if only Bryce Rank didn't swing in that high, sexy fastball.
It would have only been 2-2. You know what's going to happen at the top of the 10th? Shohei Ohtani is going to hit a nuke. All right. Well,
Probably right, though, the Brewers.
other than that, there's not a lot of MLB news. Should we move on to a different sport?
Yeah, I guess there's a lot of NFL going on. At the current era in this video, currently the Seahawks are taking care of the Texans. So,
Not really. 14-6 at half. That ain't bad.
yeah, yeah, that's true. Texans are hanging in there. But, all right, Trey, what happened over the weekend?
Edward. Anyways, yeah, if we're moving into the NFL, 10-19-25, aka Sunday, in the afternoon, uh, a lot of stuff happened, but in the morning, even more stuff happened. The Rams defeated the Jags 35-7. Top performers, Matthew Stafford, only 182 passing yards. Why is he a top performer? 5 passing touchdowns. Devontae Adams with 35 yards and 3 touchdowns as well. And then Trevor Lawrence had 296 passing yards and a touchdown. And that one touchdown was caught by Travis Hunter, who had 101 receiving yards. And then moving on to the next game, my favorite team, the Chicago Bears, 4-game win streak, by the way, defeated the New Orleans Saints 26-14. The top performers of that game were Chicago Bears running back DeAndre Swift with 124 rushing yards and a touchdown. And this made me really mad because he played good. Chris Olave of the New Orleans Saints defeated the Bears DBs 98 yards and 2 touchdowns. That was rough. He scored on the last drive of the half and then the first drive of the second half. So that really sucked. But anyways, Michael, those first 2 games, do you have anything to say on that?
Yeah, first of all, it just shows that Puka Nacua, Matthew Stafford, of course, played well, but Puka Nacua, man, we gotta talk about him more. He's definitely up there for NFL Offensive Player of the Year status. If it wasn't a quarterback at more, maybe MVP. But the Rams just BTA. Not much I gotta say there. And then of course, honestly, I know the Bears 4-2. They were 4-2 last year, but I don't know. Even though I'm a Packer fan, I'm gonna say this right now. The Bears, they look good. They look really good. I think Caleb Williams looks really good right now. I think he definitely looks like the quarterback of the future. DeAndre Swift had a good performance as well. The Bears have a running game that's dangerous. That is very dangerous. Of course, coming from a Packer fan, which we kind of have been struggling against the run a little bit, but we'll go against that. But Rome Odunze is having a breakout year. This Bears team is definitely very dangerous in the NFC North, and they're only a half a game back of the Packers.
What was that, yo?
I don't know. I'm just not used to the Bears actually being a threat in the NFC North. It's kind of nerve wracking me a little bit.
They're not. This is the first time the Bears have not been in last place through Week 7 since 2021. So that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Ben Johnson's doing some magic over there in Chicago. Now it just depends. Now here's the thing about the Bears: can they win that 5th game?
I don't even know
Which
who they play this week.
they put. I think they put the Ravens.
Oh
I think
yeah, they're coming
Lamar
off
might.
of.
Yeah, and Lamar might be back. But honestly, I think that's a very winnable game for the Bears. Of course, I mean the Ravens' defense has been putrid, awful. It's been horrible. Yeah, and just Lamar coming back is not going to save them. I mean, I don't know. This Ravens team is reminding me of the Bengals team from last year. Of course, my roommate is a Bengals fan.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
poor
saving me in the
guy.
corner.
Poor guy, dude. Poor guy.
Yeah, I'll definitely have him. I'll definitely have him on the podcast pretty soon. And when we talk about the Bengals or talk about the Cavs, he's a big two sports fans, right, Josh? He's over there. Yeah, yeah. We'll definitely have him on sometime. Definitely, he'll talk to us. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sorry, I was super zoned out. So Michael, now, since we're about done talking about the Bears, I want you to scroll all the ways down on our script here, and I want you to say that, and I'm gonna repeat it back to you.
All right,
It's on there. It's on there.
all right. Just gotta open up my Google Docs app here.
Bro, come on now. You're better than that.
All right, let's see what we got.
Scroll all the ways down to where I.
Bears on 3.
No, you're
Wait.
supposed to say it from the freaking top, yo.
Good, better, best. Never
Good,
let
better,
it
best.
rest.
No, you're supposed to wait for me to say it. Whatever.
Good, better, best. Never
Shut
let
up.
it rest when
Shut
your
up.
good gets better and your better gets Bears on.
Okay, so basically, this is the energy right here that Ben Johnson has brought to this team. It goes good, better, best, good, better, best. Never let it rest, never let it rest. When you're good, it gets better. When you're good, it gets better. And your better gets best. And your better gets best. Bears on 3. Ah, 1, 2, 3. Bears. You don't have that energy in your locker room. This is a new culture. We're coming for the NFC North. I don't care about no Packers. I don't care about no Lions. Voila! Anyways,
Yeah.
moving on to our next game, Dolphins. They're putrid. They're hot buns. Lost to the Cleveland Browns, who, mind you, their only win before this game was the Green Bay Packers. Buns. They won 31-6. The top performers were Quinshaw Judkins, rookie running back out of Ohio State, for 84 rushing yards and 3 rushing touchdowns. And then even Tyson Campbell got traded for Northwestern legend Greg Newsome. Gets a pick six, 34-yard pick six for Tyson Campbell. Now, Michael, I need to know, who is your worst team in the NFL? I don't base it off of record. I base it off of performance only throughout the season. Like, there could be teams that are 1-5, but they have injuries. They've had a tough schedule. Who do you think is the worst team in the league?
I'm going to completely go against that, and I'm still going to say the New York Jets because the New York Jets have been awful this year. I mean, Justin Fields, oh boy, -10 net passing yards against the Broncos, first of all. And plus, the defense is horrible, like putrid. Like, so bad. So bad.
Oh,
I mean,
my.
I mean, I don't know if you blame this on Aaron Glenn or stuff like that, but it's horrible. I mean, Garrett Wilson is just out there. I don't know
He's running
what.
cardio. He's doing cardio.
Yeah, he definitely doing cardio, and it got so bad where they benched Justin Fields for Tyrod Taylor in the big 2025.
You know what? We're
Tyrod
going to
Taylor.
that game. We're going to that game, bro. The Panthers beat the Jets 13-6. You're telling me you couldn't put up more than 13 points? The Cowboys have put up 44 and 27 the past 2 weeks. 27 against the Panthers, and you can't even put up double digits. Xavier Legette, 92 receiving yards and a touchdown. And then Rico Dowdle keeps up his hot streak, 79 rushing yards. I didn't even put a Jets player on there. The Buds.
Yeah, it's definitely been putrid. I don't know what's going on, if it's MetLife turf itself. I don't know, but man, the Jets.
Bruh. You know what? We're going on to the next worst team in the league. The Raiders. Come on, bro. There's these teams that aren't even putting people on there. The Raiders lost 31-0 to the Chiefs. Mahomes, 286 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. Rashee Rice in his first game back. He should have been suspended for longer. 2 touchdowns on 7 catches. He had a rushing and a receiving touchdown on a jet sweep. Giants, or not Giants. What am I talking about? I was thinking of Gino. He's a giant scrub. He's buns. What are we doing? Dude, how are you? You throw 3 interceptions against the Chicago Bears. You were buns, bro. I'm done. It's like, what are these teams doing? Genuinely. Okay, guys. Listen, we have Ashton Genty. Okay. Let's go on a draft. Nobody. Let's trade for Geno Smith. What are we doing? Anyways, Chiefs, they're still mid. I don't care. But Michael, what do you have to say on that?
I mean, I think it's just getting to the point where the Raiders are obviously tanking for a quarterback. I mean, is it Fernando Mendoza time? Is it Dante Moore time? I don't know. I don't know who's the mock draft, because it was Arch Manning and Lenore Sellers how many long ago. But now we got Fernando Mendoza. You have a weird.
Did this guy just say, if I see the Raiders draft Fernando, whatever the hell, Mendoza out of Indiana, I will laugh my buttocks off, bro.
Why, you don't think Mendoza's good?
I don't care what record Indiana has. They're still buns. I hate Indiana.
They're ranked number 2 in the nation. I mean, you gotta give Cincinnati.
Who's number 1? Who's number 1? Ohio State. I'm not even an Ohio State fan. Born and raised not actually. Northwestern fan. They beat Penn State. They beat Purdue. Best team in the Big Ten.
Okay. I know we're going to talk a lot more about this Saturday. But how was Northwestern 5-2?
The Badgers. What about the Badgers, huh?
We don't talk about
we're
this.
Not going to that right now.
No,
we're
that
not
is
going to that right now.
That is a whole trash heap.
We're not going to that right now.
Saturday. Yeah,
right. It's NFL time.
Good.
Also, Dante Moore is going to get drafted for like 2 more years, by the way. Anyways, teams that don't need a quarterback. The Eagles defeated the Vikings 28-22. Top performer.
Good segue.
Jalen Hurts had 326 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. Those 3 passing touchdowns went to A.J. Brown with 121 receiving yards and 2 of them. And then Devontae Smith had a 79-yard touchdown with 183 receiving yards. Jalix Hunt also had a 42-yard pick 6. And the MVP for the Minnesota Vikings, Will Reichard, 5 for 5 on the field goals with a long of 59, and he made his 1 extra point. I'm going to go first here. I'm just going to say the Eagles are not winning the Super Bowl this year. With how their team has been based around, I mean, when you almost lose to a team that has to take 5 field goals, there's a problem. You almost lost to a team that made 1 extra point, that had 1 touchdown the whole game. There's something being said there. And I'm not done yet. And Jalen Hurts, you finally put up a good passing game, and then you can't get the run game going. You love to use your legs and throw those little to Dallas Goedert and Saquon Barkley, but you can't even get him 50 rushing yards, and I didn't even bet on him. No. What do you got on that?
So yeah, I definitely get your point about the Eagles. Is that they definitely remind me of the Eagles team 2 years ago, except they don't have Matt Patricia as a defensive coordinator. That's different. But honestly, I just see like even then, like back 2 years ago, the Eagles actually started off strong, but there's just something about them that just seemed off. It just seemed like they're not playing to potential. They're not playing to how good they could be. I mean, of course, Saquon's been struggling, but that might be Madden curse. I don't know, but um, yeah, but I mean, yeah, the Eagles. I mean, they still got a lot of time to figure stuff out, but this is definitely looking like what I saw 2 years ago, except nothing really from the corners, anything, but more of the offense. But that was a big play by AJ Brown there at the end. That was a good play. The little moon ball from Jalen Hurts to AJ Brown. But yeah, overall, I mean, the Eagles they just looked very, very sloppy, and the Vikings were in that game even when Carson Wentz did not have a good game at all. So
They had two
I don't know.
interceptions and no touchdowns, and they still almost lost.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? But we'll definitely see how it goes. We'll see if the Eagles turn it up against better competition. Maybe this could be a playing down the competition style, kind of like the Packers, who we'll also get to later. But
But yeah, I'll move on to the next game. I'll leave my comments after Michael on this one. The Patriots defeated the Titans 31-13. Drake May, 222 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. Ramondre Stevenson finally had a good game, 88 yards and a touchdown. And Chimere DK was 70 yards receiving and a touchdown. Former Badger and transferred to
yes,
Florida, correct?
yep,
Oh, actually, first, I'm just going to say, Eric Ayomanor. Yo, he just flashbagged me, basically. Elick Ayomanor from Stanford, I love you. All right. Yeah, Michael, you can go now.
yeah. I kind of played that Kendrick screaming part from you from To Pimp a Butterfly. Awesome album. I bet definitely be getting into that. But anyways, yeah, Shimmery DK, definitely he was a Badger, transferred to Florida to basically to follow Graham Mertz because Graham Mertz and DK loved each other. But anyways, of course, Drake. I talked about this or a little bit. Have definitely had this conversation earlier on my radio show called Hawk Talk on 91.7 The Edge. If you're around the Whitewater area, definitely tune into that. But I'm definitely on there every Monday and Tuesday. Sorry, shameless plug. But anyways, Drake May's that guy. Drake May's that guy. I mean, he's been really good this year. And the Patriots, they're leading the AFC South this year, which is incredible. I mean, this is looking like, and Drake May set a completion percentage record. He broke Tom Brady. He broke Tom Brady's record. And if you break anything Tom Brady related, you're doing something right. I'll definitely say that.
Yeah, I definitely agree. A weird thing I was just thinking about, Kendrick Bourne got cut by the Patriots at the end of the preseason. We'll talk about the 49ers later, but he got picked up by the 49ers, and he's had a really underrated season, especially on my fantasy team. So that's been nice. But anyways,
Did you
the
pick him off
actual
Ravers?
yeah.
You
But
did.
anyways, with the actual Patriots, Drake May is him, but he's still the second best quarterback in the 2024 draft behind Caleb Williams. Don't be laughing. What are you laughing at? Jordan Love lover? Shut up. But yeah, yeah. I seriously think the Patriots could be serious contenders, especially after last year had the hot buns head coach. No offense to Jerod Mayo. This dude just hit me with the yo. You need to get off the mic, bro. I'm moving on after that. Jerod Mayo is buns for the Patriots. They're going to be Super Bowl contenders. I stand by that. But next is our game of the week. The Giants choked against the Broncos 33-32. Jackson Dart had 283 passing yards with 3 touchdowns but a pick. Scadaboo had 94 all-purpose yards and a touchdown receiving. You need to knock it off. And
That's
then
fine. All right, that's it.
Wandale Robinson had 95 yards, and then Daniel Bellinger had 88 yards and a touchdown. But then, don't do it. I see that smile on your face. But then for the Broncos, Bo Nix, I have a nickname for him, but I can't say it on here, had 279 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, but 48 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns as well. And then Cortland Sutton had 87 receiving yards. Broncos fans, something to look forward to. 4-game win streak. They're brewing something out there in Denver. What was that?
Swampism.
Lock in, bro. We're trying to make some content.
Dude, soundboard.
Bro, I'm joking. But no,
Yeah.
seriously. The Giants have a really good future, but the Broncos are just better presently. Also, the Broncos, apparently Dre Greenlaw threatened a ref, and now he got suspended for a game. What are we doing? What are we doing? You
Oh
make millions
boy.
of dollars, you won the game on a game-winning field goal, and you're going to go out and threaten a ref. It's like, yes, trust me, I'm not happy with refs all the time either. But dude, they have jobs to do. They make mistakes. Obviously, they make very crucial mistakes in athletic games. Don't do it, Michael. I'm having a very good point right here. But you wouldn't be playing the game if it wasn't for these refs. So people, I understand where people are coming from, but he went too far.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, but overall for this game, I mean, Drake Greenlaw, definitely. What are you doing? But my thoughts about this game is that how do you allow 33 points in the fourth quarter? How do you allow that? It's gotten so bad where I saw people like saying
They were
nuke the
up.
entire.
They gave up 33 points in the fourth quarter.
Yes, and now I'm seeing all people across Twitter saying nuke the franchise. Like
They
Schoen's
gave
gotta
up
go, Zabel's
every
gotta go.
point in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, 33 points in the fourth quarter.
I
Like
never realized that.
that's the most points I've seen like anybody score in a corner in like I've ever seen. I think, like, because I think, or at least in an NFL game, because I see in college like Pitt put up 28 points in the quarter against Louisville when Nathan Peterman was there. I said Peterman, sorry, Peterman, but yeah, I mean that was a collapse. That was a straight up collapse. I mean, of course, I love Cam Scatabo. Like Cam Scatabo is my favorite player in the NFL right now. I mean, I could go off about Cam Scatabo, but anyways, but
That is the
no
highest
stuff.
scoring quarter by a team since 2007. And guess who gave up the 34 points?
The Packers.
No, the Bears. They did. They lost to the.
Oh.
In 2007, the Bears gave up 34 points. I don't know what quarter it was, but they ended up 37-27. So, but yeah, that slipped my mind, and I did not realize it would be all in the fourth quarter. So that's absurd. But anyways, moving on to the next game, the Colts, who are also one of my underrated Super Bowl contenders, defeated the Chargers 38-24. And the only reason I say they're underrated is because they have Daniel Jones at QB. A lot of people are going to write out this team because, oh, it's Daniel Jones. He's going to fall off eventually. He hasn't. 288 yards and 2 passing touchdowns. Obviously, you have a top 3 running back in Jonathan Taylor in the backfield. 94 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns, 38 receiving yards. Alec Pierce had 98 yards receiving as well. But then a really good passing day for Justin Herbert. Even though with 2 interceptions, he had 420 yards. Nice. And 3 touchdowns. Orlando Gadsden, a rookie tight end. 164 receiving yards and a touchdown. And then Keenan Allen, 119 receiving yards and 1 touchdown. Unk went back to his old team after 1 season with the Bears and like, I'm just going to play better than everybody I did on the Bears. Frick you, man. Frick you.
I love
What
that.
are we doing? What are we doing? Michael, take that sweatshirt off. Ugly ass sweatshirt.
Yeah. Oh, we'll get to this eventually.
But Michael, what do you think about that game? What do you think about the Colts? Are the Chargers frauds? Are the Colts actually contenders? What do you think?
I think the Colts are actually contenders. I mean, I just think that Daniel Jones is a product of Shane Steichen. I mean, I think people need to realize is that Shane Steichen is an amazing mind. Like, you saw the stuff that he did with Gardner Minshew just a couple years ago. I just think that Anthony Richardson is a project. It's kind of like what Vikings are going through with J.J. McCarthy right now. That's how I see Anthony Richardson. I see Shane Steichen is like a Kevin O'Connell. Maybe not as good of his mind, but he is a really good mind. Of course, Daniel Jones. I think Daniel Jones is more like a Sam Darnold from last year. You know, people really didn't take the Vikings seriously because of Sam Darnold, but Daniel Jones, like, he's been an awesome quarterback. Like, I'd say he's like top 5 in the AFC. I mean, I I mean, call me out on this, but Daniel Jones is like he's definitely one of the better players out there. But I think that Jonathan Taylor is probably the offensive player of the year right now. I mean, Jonathan Taylor has just been he's just been incredible. Of course, he's a Badger. I miss I really miss him. The Badgers
Buns.
haven't been good since he left,
Buns.
but
Buns. I'm not talking about the Badgers like that. They're buns.
yeah, but the Colts, they're legit. And the Chargers, I think the Chargers are just really injured right now. Of course, the Rashawn Slater injury definitely hurts. I think Joe
Northwestern
Joe
legend.
yeah, he's definitely hurt right now. I think Joe Alt
Joe Alt did
is he
not play last night.
yeah. Alt didn't play. I mean the Chargers are just banged up. I mean, I think the Chargers can still be good, but they're just banged up right now. And yeah, Justin Herbert's been playing a little bit iffy, but I think the Chargers will be all right. I think just gotta get healthy. You gotta get healthy. They're still a game back behind the Broncos and Chargers, and of course they beat both the Broncos and Chargers. So I think the Chargers will be all right, but they just gotta get healthy.
I agree. The next game that we're not going to talk about, the Packers beat the Cardinals 27-24. Josh Jacobs had 55 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. Tucker Kraft had 58 receiving yards and a touchdown. But then Jacoby Brissett had 279 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. And Trey McBride had 74 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. So, Michael, the Cardinals are a better team, but the Packers, they somehow edged this out as the worst team in the NFL. I'm not going to let you comment on that. So,
Why?
no, no.
I don't really got much. I don't have that much to say. I was just gonna say that
No,
we played down the competition and that the high end talent got us over the hump. That's pretty much it.
that's enough.
Green
Anyways,
Bay Packers Super Bowl. I don't know what you're talking about. Green Bay Packers Super Bowl.
the Cowboys defeated the Commanders 44-22. Jay Daniels had 156 passing yards and a touchdown, while have 35 rushing yards and a touchdown, but he also got hurt. More details to be figured out later. Dak Prescott had 264 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. Javonte Williams with 116 rushing yards and a touchdown. CeeDee Lamb had 110 receiving yards with one of the Dak Prescott touchdowns, and the other 2 touchdowns went to Jake Ferguson. Only at 29 yards, though. Deron Bland had a 68-yard pick six. Imagine it was one over or one under. It'd either be 69 or 67.
Let me know.
Okay. But anyways, I'll just comment on this one. I think the Commanders are hurt right now. It didn't help that they had a short week and they ended up losing to the Bears on a game-winning field goal. The Cowboys, they're overrated. They're always overrated. They'll be like, oh, we won 2 in a row. I'm not saying they're good, but I'm just saying they think they're better than they actually are. When you have Matt Eberflus as a defensive coordinator, you're fried. And that's all I'm saying.
Kanye West song right there.
I'm moving on. Our final game that is not in progress, the Falcons lost to the 49ers 20-10. Michael Penix had 241 yards and a touchdown, and then Bijan Robinson had 92 all-purpose yards and the 1 receiving touchdown. McCaffrey, 200 all-purpose yards on the dot and 2 touchdowns. Just a baller. When he's healthy, he is the best running back in the league.
Yeah, I definitely could agree with that. I mean, I don't know. Just a funny story about my fantasy league. So, fun fact. So, I forgot to start CeeDee Lamb today, and I started Sterling Shepard instead. and my
Oh, that
opponent
sounds
had
really
Christian
interesting.
McCaffrey. My opponent had Christian McCaffrey. I still won. How, you may ask? Well, it's because Devontae Smith dropped 30 and Trey McBride dropped 20, so that's how I won. But
Lucky
yeah, but I'm not making that mistake. But anyways, I mean, yeah, like you said, Christian McCaffrey definitely one of the best running backs in the NFL when healthy. Of course, it's just incredible that the 49ers just keep winning despite all the injuries that they have. I mean, George Kittle did return last night, but he didn't even get a catch, which was interesting. But of course, Ayuk is still out. Jennings is still out. Or Jennings might have returned. I think he might still have been out. Fred Warner is out for the year. Nick Bosa is out for the year. And the 49ers just keep finding ways to win. I mean, you give credit to Mac. Oh, yeah, Brock Purdy's out too. Mac Jones just might be a better quarterback.
He had 183 yards and an interception last night.
He had 300 yards against the Rams.
And you're saying he's better than Brock Purdy. I understand that he is a game manager, but you are just discriminating. All right.
I'm not saying Mac Jones is definitely better than Brock Purdy, but like I'm saying that Mac Jones definitely should be a starter in the NFL next year.
We're moving on. I'm sick of listening to your opinions. They're buns. You're no ball. All right. Michael, this could be your segment. Because let's see how many names I know on here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I actually know 6 of the 9 names or 6 of the 12 names on here. So yeah, you can do the next segment. Get your booty on the Google Doc so you can actually say it. Let's go.
All right. Yes, I'm on the Google Doc. All right. We're Google Docs in the big 2025. I know. All right. So, anyways, of course, we don't just. All right. So, anyway, so we got some NHL going on yesterday and today also, but we're gonna. I see you typing 6-7 on there.
Dude, no, I wasn't.
6-7. All right. You know what else is 6-7? 4-3. That was the score of the Canucks and Capitals.
Just say it. Just go.
All right. So the Canucks did defeat the Capitals last night 4-3. Tyler Myers for the Canucks had a goal and assist. Connor Garland got 2 assists as well for the Canucks. Those are the 2 leaders for the Canucks. And then for the Capitals, they were led by Jacob Churchland, who had a goal. So overall, I mean, Vancouver going to Washington, something that my Minnesota Wild could not do. Impressive win with the Canucks. I mean, they're looking good. I mean, that was definitely a good hockey game. But then, all right, so then the next game here, we got. Let's talk about the Detroit Red Wings. They have been on a heater this year. I mean, they're definitely one of the better teams in the Atlantic Conference. Yeah, definitely for sure. The Red Wings did defeat the Oilers 4-2. Emmett Finney, how about that? The 20-year-old Emmett Finney, he had 2 goals and assists. Dylan Larkin had 2 goals and 2 assists as well. And then also leading the way for the Oilers was Brett Kulak, who had 2 assists. But the Red Wings look very good. They are definitely I think they are definitely improving a lot compared to last year. You have your hand raised, yes.
Did Dylan Larkin play for Detroit last year?
Yes.
Because I recognized that name. I didn't think he did. Oh, I want to do this one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so the Chicago Blackhawks defeated the Oregon Ducks. Oh, sorry, wrong sport. I'm going to keep it honest. What town is this?
Anaheim.
The Anaheim Ducks, 2-1 in overtime. Spencer Knight gave up 1 goal on 39 attempts and had 38 saves. What a game by the goalie. And Ryan Donato had a goal and an assist. And that assist was to Frank Nazar for the game winner. Nazar, NASCAR. I don't care. Blackhawks.
NASCAR, Wild and 5.
Doesn't matter. Blackhawks in 5. Michael, let's move on to the expansion team from last year.
Yeah, so not really an expansion team. It was more of the Arizona Coyotes.
Whatever. I don't care. They
All
transferred.
right.
They relocated. There we go.
Yeah. So how about this? Utah Mammoth. How about the Utah Mammoth? They defeated the Boston Bruins 3-2. How about that? The Mammoth. They look pretty good so far. Dylan Gunther had a goal. Clayton Keller had a goal and assist as well. Nick Schmaltz had 2 assists. Those the main stars for the Utah Mammoth. I mean, the Bruins, they had a decent start, but how about that? The Utah Mammoth are doing pretty well for their first season in Utah, being called the Mammoth. But we'll cover this more tomorrow night. But the Bruins, they have a homecoming coming up Tuesday. Brad Marchand is coming home to Boston for the first time ever since being traded from Florida. So that's on ESPN. So yeah, I know NBA, I know, and that's stuff. But that'll be interesting. That'll be intriguing one to watch. But yeah, but anyways, Utah Mammoth, they look really good. Boston Bruins, I think they're gonna get ready for that one. And that is all pretty much the sports action that happened Sunday. So
I'll move on to
yeah,
the one
so
NFL game today. Is that okay with you? Mr.
yes,
I run the podcast. Mr.
I even
I do all the work. Mr. This was my idea.
she went up hopping Ferrari.
Bro. But anyways, tonight, the Detroit Lions beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 24-9. Jahmyr Gibbs had 218 all-purpose yards and 2 touchdowns. But Amon-Ra St.
This
Brown
false
didn't
play.
get out of the action either. 86 receiving yards and a touchdown, and then Tez Johnson for the Buccaneers had 52 receiving yards and a touchdown. I mean, this game, it was kind of over from the start. The Buccaneers just didn't show up to play. Mike Evans did break his collarbone. That's rough. Emeka Ibuka did not play. Buccaneers look rough. Got injuries. Chris Godwin's still probably not going to be 100% of a producer coming off of his brutal ACL tear. I watched that live. Just rough. But yeah, Michael, move on to the 3 NHL games that are done for today. Actually, 2 more have finished up, so
Two more, two more different.
I can do those 2 once you're done with these 3.
Okay, first of all, yes, the Minnesota Wild finally won a hockey game. Finally, we finally won a hockey game.
No! Just go. Just go.
I just gave some my flashback. Just wait till you get a mic. You probably get to do the same. Okay, so first of all, the Minnesota Wild defeated the New York Rangers 3-1. Yes. 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 It was good. Good stuff. Anyway, so Danila Yurov had his first goal as an NHL player tonight. He was the main star tonight for the Minnesota Wild. Great for Danila Yurov. I cannot wait to see what he does with this Minnesota Wild team. I'm very excited for this kid. He looked very good. And of course, Philip Gustafson. He had a rough couple of days, or he had a rough game, especially against the Blue Jays, but he looks like he's back. He had 23 saves, out of 24 saves attempts. He looked really good. But then also, give props to Igor Shesterkin. Shesterkin was pretty good for the Rangers, too. He had 29 saves. We actually had 23 shots sometime in the second period compared to the Rangers' 9. So our offense definitely looked a lot better. But then again, you had Shesterkin in net, who's definitely one of the best goaltenders in the NHL. Igor Shesterkin was probably the reason why the Rangers won as many games as they did last year, especially after the All My Rangers epidemic going on there. And it's the Minnesota Wild win. Yes, yes, yes. Take that to one of the Blackhawk fans that is in my video production class. Take that. Anyways, and then the Flyers defeat also in the NHL. The Flyers defeat the Kraken 5-2. Owen Tippett led the way for scoring. He had 2 goals. Cam York had 3 assists for the Flyers as well. And then Tyson Forster had 2 goals as well for the Flyers. Overall, the Flyers get a nice win. I mean, they defeated the Panthers, so they're looking pretty solid. And then the Canadiens, the Habs. The Habs defeated the Sabres 4-2. Juraj Slavkovsky had a goal. Jake Evans also did as well. And then Jacob Dobis for the Canadiens. Yes, not Sam Montembeault, but Jacob Dobis had 30 saves for the Habs to the Canadiens. So Canadians, they had a very good year last year. Now they're looking pretty solid again this year. Of course, Jacob Dobis had a good night tonight. So we'll see if the Canadians actually have a good goaltending duo in Montembeault and Dobis. We'll see if that goes off.
Michael!
What?
Oh, I almost destroyed my phone charger, by the way. The Winnipeg Jets defeated the Calgary Flames 2-1. Jonathan Toews scored a goal! Yes! Mark Shafili scored the other one. And then Neil Pionk, Nino Niederreiter. That's insane. Niederreiter.
I think it's Niederreiter.
Niederreiter. And then Josh Morrissey and Kyle Connor all had assists. And then Connor Hellebuck.
Connor Hellebuck, yep.
He had 33 saves on 34 attempts with only one goal given up. And Rasmus Anderson had the goal for the Calgary Flames. Ryan Lomberg and Adam Klapka had the goal, or had the assist for the... Holy cow! Rasmus Anderson, who scored the only goal, had 7 shot attempts, or shots on goal, sorry. And then Dustin Wolf gave up 2 goals on 28 attempts and 26 saves. But yeah, other than that, that's it. That's all the concluded sports games as of right now. Would you like to go over opening night of the NBA just real quick or no?
Yeah, we definitely can. So we got 2 games going for tomorrow night. So of course the Rockets and Thunder play against each other in the early game there on NBC. So of course the Thunder are doing their ring ceremonies and that stuff, lifting the championship banner, that stuff, all that good stuff. And of course, in my opinion, the 2 best teams in the West are squaring off to start off the NBA season. Yeah, it's going to definitely be a good one. And then, of course, the unction, the Warriors and Lakers. Yeah, I don't think LeBron, so bad news for Lakers fans, LeBron will not be playing. And even worse news, Bronny might not play. So, both of those. So, yeah, if Bronny does not play, the Lakers are cooked. But what are your thoughts about the opening night slate?
Steph Curry's dropping 40 because his wife is not a good person.
Drizzy!
And then the Lakers, they'll be mid. They have Luka. He's going to drop 30 a night. That's all they need. And I'm going to bet on him. He's going to drop 4. So, the Bulls, I love the Bulls. Matas Buzelis for most improved player. But yeah, other than that, I got nothing.
Yeah, I think this will be again 2 very good games. I mean, of course, I think the first game's going to be in the 90s or the hundreds. That's going to be a very defensive game, but yeah, again, it's the regular season. And then I think we'll see a little bit more scoring in the second one between the Warriors and Lakers. But yeah, honestly, I'm looking forward to the NBA season. I mean, of course, my roommate that's been walking by, he's been looking forward to this NBA season starting off. And good, a fun fact, so my roommates gave a league pass for us. So we're going to get all the goodness there. So all the NBA goodness. I definitely think this would probably be the most NBA that I've probably ever watched in my life, thanks to my roommate. So yeah, we're definitely going to talk a lot NBA throughout the year as it goes. But
we got 3 different. We have 3 different Eastern Conference Central team fans here. We got a Bucks fan, Michael. Bulls fan, me, and then Michael's roommate's a Cavs fan. So,
yeah, we're definitely gonna get him on for sure one of these times. So kind of walking by, but yeah, we're definitely gonna get him on. He's definitely a big time ball knower. Yeah,
we got a ball though. Michael's, you know more ball than you because you sure as hell don't look like you have no ball knowledge.
Yeah, he definitely. And then of course I got two other roommates in that side there. One's a
You
Vikings
have
fan, one's a
three
Bears fan.
roommates?
Well, I got a share room with one roommate, but then like there's another person, two people in my pod. Yeah, we'll try to definitely get them on.
Oh,
Yeah, and then
oh.
those two roommates, they plan to make this. There'll definitely be a lot of entertainment if we get the time. Also, they're tennis players too, so no, that's awesome. Of course, one of my radio shows, actually, one of them actually won Warhawk of the Week, so they're pretty good tennis players. So definitely. So yeah, we're gonna try to get a lot of guests for you guys coming up. I mean, I'm very excited to see what the future holds for us, but yeah, it's gonna
Just
be
have to stay
awesome.
consistent.
Yeah, stay consistent is the big part. I know, but I've been very busy, but at the end of the day, you make time for the stuff that you really care about, and I care
Just
about
don't go
this.
to
So,
school.
oh my
I'm
god,
joking.
that's
I'm joking. If you're in high school and you're watching this, or if you're in college, please continue your education. I would be doing this if it wasn't for unforeseen circumstances. So please get a higher degree
yeah.
education than just high school.
And should we bring back betting?
Yeah, but right now, let's not. I've literally been
Yeah.
making money too, is the thing, but we're gonna leave the rest of this episode to coast into next episode. We have the NBA, we have the picks of the day, we have there will be no football, there will be hockey, there will be NBA, uh, little MLB, one game every day, if that. But yeah,
I think
me
there's
first.
college football too. Can't forget about the
Oh,
Sun Belt,
oh
and then
yeah.
the Max
Hold on,
Maction coming up in the.
let me watch Ohio versus West Virginia at Tuesday at 9:30. Nah.
Yeah,
But anyways,
Matt, you gotta love Maction.
yeah, Toledo and Ohio, bruh. Well, but nah, for real, if I'm being honest, this was a lot of fun to make. Um, I think we will be posting a lot. We will be streaming on Twitch, MDafterDark on Twitch, our YouTube. We will probably be posting just extra content on YouTube as well outside of the podcast. What? And then the TikTok, obviously, that will always be active from now on because you can post anything on there. But yeah, that's all I got. All right, you got to get out of here, bro. We're ending this episode. Michael, say your goodbyes. Say your goodbyes.
Yeah, thanks for tuning into this episode. If you made it this far, you are a special creature in a good way. In a good way, you definitely have a large enough. You definitely have a large enough attention span, unless if we have some Subway Surfers gameplay going
Oh
across.
my gosh, we should do that.
The, yeah, make a version. Make a version for the young folks out there. That's why I definitely gotta get a soundboard, so then that way, like the
That's
people
why I
that
have
don't
to make
really have
six,
that.
seven jokes.
Yeah, 6, 7. We got. Yeah, we got. Yeah, we have to. We have to attribute to our younger audience out there. So yeah. But anyways, this is the return. Thank you so much for listening. Of course, Michael Hearn here with Andre Tanner. Again, I'll try to see if I can get some people to join. So it's just not just us two, but we're gonna have fun. I mean, got the Twitch going up, so we're planning to do stuff there, to TikTok, YouTube. Go follow everything MD After Dark. And without further ado, the moon. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I gotta find like some way to like have like a special like closeout. But anyways, that'll do it for you. Peace out, guys. Thank you for tuning in. And as always, no, not as always. I gotta think about our culture. But that'll do it. Peace out, guys. We'll see you in the next one.